Thank you to all the amazing listeners out there. On behalf of the Reef podcast, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future mentions on the new episodes. Have a great day.
Welcome to the Reef podcast. Time for some fantastic adventures. Woo! Let's dive in.
Welcome all to the Reef Podcast. I'm your host, Luis, here joined by Nightmare. Nightmare, we got a great guest with us today.
I know, Sharky.
Man, how you been, dude? It's been a minute. I feel like
It has.
every time we actually do a podcast, it's like, man, when was the last one again?
Right?
Guys, we have an amazing guest with us today. Man, I can't believe we have her here. Please welcome Madeleine Norton. How you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well.
You're in it looks like you're in a little closet or something. Like what in the world?
I am. You know, I have a voice booth, and I found that honestly, this closet works exactly the same, and it's much cheaper.
It's,
So
ac-
that at the moment.
it's actually much more secluded too. Like you don't have to worry about background noise. You don't have to worry about that.
Oh yeah.
Man, so glad to have you here. Man, I know.
I'm glad to be here.
I mean, I know it's been long. You have so much work going on. We know you're busy, going all over. I mean, that's the life of a voice actor and actress. I mean, you're always on the run, trying to get something done. So, without further ado, please introduce yourself to the listeners out there.
Yay! Hi, my name is Madeleine Norton, and I am a Texas local. And oh my gosh, I've spent almost my entire life probably on like the stage or behind like a film camera. And so I pursued it from a very early age, and then studying acting in school. I was like, yeah, I guess this is going to be my career. And I always thought the voiceover was something that I could pursue maybe like when I was middle aged or I had finished my theater career. And I was like, oh, that'd be like a dream job maybe later in life somehow. I don't know how it works. And it wasn't really until like a little bit earlier when the pandemic had kind of just happened that I learned more about it, had that time to spare to like learn more and get kind of started in the voice acting realm. So I started doing lots of indie projects and audiobooks, and then eventually I made it into Crunchyroll, which was super sweet. So I've been doing some dubbing projects since then, which I guess is about a little over 2 years now. So I'm still relatively new. I'm very grateful to be able to work with them, and I kind of take anything as it comes.
Man, so one thing that really intrigued me was that really caught my attention when I messaged you was literally My Hero Academia, best anime ever. I'm sorry. Like the
Yeah,
fact
I
that
love it
the
too.
fact that you were the voice of All Might's mom.
It's the
Like that's
creepiest, tiniest
like
little thing, but
hey,
I'll take
but
it.
hey, you were part of history because that's like the one of the one, not all the longest, but one of the longest anime runs ever. And
Mhm.
now here comes the funny question already. Did you get to record next to Chris or not when you were actually
Oh my
there?
gosh, that would have been so cool. No, I was by myself, and funnily enough, I didn't even know what I was going in for. I just knew that I had the time to record, and so I just kind of like walked in. And Aaron Campbell ended up being the one directing me in the scene, though Manny Aragon brought me in. And Aaron was just like, "Hey, you want to read as All Might's mom?" And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, get in there." And I was like, "Okay, what's the scene?" Because I hadn't seen it beforehand. I had no idea what I was gonna do. And he was like, "You're just laughing and humming, and we'll see what we end up keeping. We'll see what kind of gets scrapped based on the at-home release versus like the streaming release." And so it was pretty awesome because I got to hang out with the engineer and the director, and we were just laughing, and then I just had to laugh into the mic, which is something I feel like is already relatively easy to do.
So
So I
basically,
was like,
so basically, you're trying to say that it was just natural, like just your natural voice,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I guess so. I was they were what is it? They were joking it up with me, so they made it really easy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my gosh, it means so much to me because it was um I'd watched several anime shows prior to My Hero, but it wasn't really like I had gotten fully invested in the anime world until I had watched My Hero. And I remember getting several of my friends on it. And what I was so excited. One of my really good friends, she was not in what is it? I guess she didn't know anything about the anime world like at all or manga. And so I showed her My Hero and she got super obsessed. And now it's like a whole huge part of her identity and it makes me so happy. And of course it's My Hero that did it. So yeah, it's very special in a lot of different ways. I remember watching the first season, binging the first season and then one day, and then binging the second season the second day.
Mhm.
And I think that was all that was available at the time, and so I would just kind of watch things as they came out from there, but I just remember I was sitting there watching all of the episodes hoping there was more.
Now, did you finish watching the series or you just watched the first season?
I'm gonna sound like such a fraud. I haven't had the time to finish the 7th season yet,
But
so I
just like me and a lot of my hero fans, we're all waiting for that special one episode they said they're gonna do, like apparently
yeah,
really soon. So
yeah.
I know you can't say anything, but I'm excited to actually see what they have cooked up because
Me
that's
too.
that's last episode, like showing Midoriya. I mean, you probably know about the last episode,
Yeah,
how
about being older and
and basically their friends, his friends coming together and be like, "Here, we build you a suit so you can join us." I was like, "Dude, that's what the world's supposed to be about, helping each other out." But if
Mhm.
only everybody would see that, like just be all united and everything. But
Mhm.
so you voiced the mom, but I mean, from what the research that we did, you voiced other little characters, right, on My Hero, or
I did, yeah. Oh, I've done little bit parts in that same season. It's so funny. I would say, what is it? I think I did like a post of something that was like, if I could count the number of times I've been fawning over Hawks, like in a random scene where we're talking with All for One, I would have like 2 nickels, but it's kind of random that it like happened twice. One was like, again, I haven't seen the full thing yet, so I don't know 100% what's going on. But whenever All for One is kind of in the sort of astral plane, of his
Mhm.
powers, and he's talking to Hawks, and Hawks has all those people surrounding him. I was like the girl that's like clinging on him
Oh my gosh,
and
that's
like
funny.
speaking at the same time as him, just for like a brief second. And then the other one was the first one, I guess, which was I guess it would have been the season prior. I just play a woman, some kind of caped hero who is all for one like grabs her and starts stealing her power and takes her cape,
Mhm.
and then Hawks saves her and
That's all.
starts yelling at all for one. So I was like, that's kind of funny that that happened twice.
Now, when it comes to voice acting, like, do you guys
Mhm.
just record separately now, or is it like, sometimes if you actually with somebody else, you are able to record next to the person? Because I mean, I don't know it is
Yeah.
if it has changed over the years or not.
I know, it kinda depends on the studio, uh, as to what they decide they wanna do. At least for Crunchyroll, for the most part, they usually record one-on-one sessions unless, I guess there's the Walla sessions, which are sessions that include more than one person for, like, crowd scenes, typically where a lot of people are needed to interact and overlap one another. Um, but more often than not, yeah, they want you to go in one-on-one. I think it probably helps so that they can control every aspect of your voice and you're right directly in front of the mic, not having to worry about other people. Um, but yes, I have been in a couple of audio dramas, I guess, where I was in the room with several people at once doing scenes and we'd be at different mics. And I really like that. I think coming from the theater background, I really enjoy being there to actually bounce off of other people. Though I feel like I have enough suspension of disbelief to like imagine there's somebody else I'm talking to. Because sometimes you have the person's lines in the scene and sometimes you don't. So sometimes you're reading off somebody else's reactions and sometimes you just gotta like go for it whether or not somebody else is talking.
Almost like looking at yourself in a mirror, basically, and just practice. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that's the number one thing you need because I was personally in theater. I was in drama,
Yeah, okay.
speech and drama in high school, but I never pursued it after that. But I
Mhm.
always praise people that are actually in the entertainment industry
Yeah.
because it's such a hard job to get into because the minute you land something, you have to think about the next thing already because from what that's what
You're always in the interview stage. Yeah.
because I mean when we interviewed Chris Rager and Josh Martin, they explained to us as well, like they're like it's not like a walk in the park. It's not like, oh, here's a
Mm.
script, read it. You have to show passion and show like that you can nail that voice, because if you don't,
It's a lot of things at once.
yeah. So Nightmare here, aka Mr. Kratos here, he actually has a little question for you because he's a big fan of this series that he's about to say. So Nightmare, you got the mic.
Yes. So I saw, at least according to IMDb, coming up, you're voicing Rey in Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is it's so funny. This is somewhat sad. It was exciting, but also sad, but also I guess bittersweet maybe is a way to put it. Um the project has been postponed at the moment, possibly indefinitely, which makes me sad because it was a passion project. I'm really, really hoping that we can finish it because so much work has been put into the recording process and the animation process already. Um, but her name's Maria Knoll, and she works at several different again, I'm like, I wish I could like pull up all the deets, but she's worked it through several different gaming companies and has worked on the script work for like Last of Us and Life is Strange and several of the Star Wars video games. And she had I don't want to like misspeak for her, but I know that she was involved somehow in the recent Star Wars trilogy. um, and so she's very passionate about the books, like the extended universe and the comics and things like that. And so she had spent time writing a script of sort of her alternate version of what happens. I guess it would technically be kind of like during sort of like the ninth into like a whole new trilogy, sort of where Rey is alive and Ben is alive, and sort of what kind of happens from there, and elements that she thought could have been worked on better. But it was just a project that I had seen online and auditioned for, and I thought it was so cool. And I was like, is this going to be like a full movie? Yes, it's going to be a movie. Is it going to be animated? Yes. So I was like, this is so cool. And I auditioned not even thinking that I could. Man, I haven't done the
Nope.
speaking with, I guess, a British dialect, but I'd auditioned for it, and she was like, "Yeah, I was sending the script along to the Disney execs and having them listen to people," and she was like, "They think it sounded great." I was like, "What? Is this real life? How does this work?" But, it was a non-union project, and she was very interested in getting people who weren't big names, um, but had, like, the acting ability, I guess, to play the roles, which is so cool now because several of the people who were involved are now doing lo
Oh, little technical difficulties. Give us a
I've
second,
met
guys.
them. Oh, I'm s
Yeah, you're buffering a little bit. It's all good.
No!
Yeah, it's all good.
I think it's my connection to my computer. My XLR cable I need to get a new one. Apologies. Um, yeah, no, just getting to meet some people through that, but we had extensive a rehearsal process, reading through like the script, and it went through several iterations, and they would send us like storyboarding, and it was really cool too because she had working in some mocap stuff. She was very interested in. Initially, she was like, if I had enough money, I would be having you guys do this as like a live action. But it was all from her own funds, her own spending that she was paying us and funding the project. Um, and just as a passion project, but she was still very adamant about paying like SAG rates and getting us those credits and really advertising. And so we'd been hyping it up for like a couple years, and then after about a year of rehearsing and going through the script, we ended up recording everything. And so we like finished recording. They were in the animation process, but I'm talking about this way longer than I anticipated, but it's such an interesting story. She has cystic fibrosis, which typically is, it's just very, very debilitating, and people don't typically live long, full lives. Typically die relatively young. And she miraculously is somebody who's lived like a pretty decent amount of life, like having cystic fibrosis. I believe now she's nearly 50. But it was like one thing after the other. She took a hard hit where she needed to be hospitalized for a while, which was taking a lot of her spending. And eventually she ended being boosted from some of the game show, or I guess, like, what is it, like the gaming companies, because of her extended time being hospitalized. And so she was like, I'm so sorry guys, I want to keep working on this, but I need to save these funds for myself and my hospital bills. And we were like, please do that. Instead, like, we
I
want you to be well.
I always say IRL comes first. Anytime, no matter what it is,
Mm,
always put your things first before, like, you go and do
mm.
any other things.
Yeah, which, yeah, it was a really great learning process, being with people who were just as passionate about the project, but were also very considerate, about like time and working as a community. And she was just so very giving to everyone else that it felt like the least we could do by being like, it's okay, don't feel bad about this, go and take care of things. So there's still the hope that, like, we can hop back on it and get it completed. But I think we'd probably have to fundraise, or she'd have to get into a, so it's still posted as in, I guess, pre, and I'm not sure if that's something I should take down or not, but it was very cool. I mean, I recorded all the lines, and it was a really fun process.
hmm Well, if you guys ever go back and start doing like a fun thing like that, let us know and we'll gladly help out and everything. That'll be fantastic.
Absolutely.
That'll
Yeah,
be
I love
amazing.
being part of indie projects. And when some of these indie projects get to like such high levels, like seeing Glitch Productions start building more and more of their repertoire of shows, and I don't know, that stuff is so cool to me, seeing I guess, like, the internet get excited. And um I was hoping that would happen for that show, but yeah, there's always the future. Who knows?
I know for a fact, like, a lot of people don't think indie, like, especially in the gaming industry, a lot of people think indie games are not, like, the same as AAA, and they don't understand that a lot of the indie games have been on the rise now, and indie is actually getting really recognized now. And I tell people, like, don't look over them. I mean, they're a small group of people, developers, and they just do a phenomenal job. I mean, there's so many games like not Baldur's Gate, but Expedition 33. That was an indie game. And then they had
Oh, yeah.
and then they also had that farm game. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Stardew Valley. Stardew
Yeah.
Valley?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
guess that was an indie game.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah. It was an
Undertale, I guess, technically was too.
Yeah, so there's
Right? Yeah.
a lot of indie games that people look over, and next thing you know, those games end up winning Game of the Year and everything. And you should be happy that companies like that, like even that small, have so much talent in
Yeah.
the books. But
Everything's gotta start somewhere.
yeah. So what this is gonna sound kind of silly, but what is like the most funny but embarrassing thing that happened to you when you were recording in the booth?
Oh, when I was recording?
Yeah, when you were recording, like what's like the most funniest thing that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that.
Oh.
Almost like a blooper.
I'm like, I have one. I'm debating. I'm trying to just assess if it's one that I can talk about or not. Is it something that's already happened? Things are already out. I think so. Um, so do you guys know the show Golden Kamui?
I heard of it.
I guess it's in a one of its seasons right now, or it's just finishing up a season. And Jeremy Inman was working on that project,
hmm
and I randomly got called in for a character for that, um, back like a month or two ago.
Mhm.
And I was so excited, and I was able to usually I'll try and, like, look up an episode beforehand if I can or the character and just try to.
You cut off a little bit again. Yeah, I think it's that connection. Yeah, you can.
No!
Yeah, if it helps you, I mean, does it help if you turn off the camera or no?
Maybe. I
Yeah,
feel bad, but yeah, maybe so.
yeah. Try that and see if
Let's
it
see if that
works.
helps.
Okay.
Okay. Apologies. Yeah, let me know if this happens again. But yeah, I was brought in for the character. I was looking it up, and when I was watching the episode, I was scrolling through,
Nope, still happening.
was trying to find who it was, and there were no women in the episode. So I
Mhm.
was I was like scrolling back and forth, and I was like, maybe I'm just not seeing it. And then I looked up the character and I saw it was like this old guy with like a gray beard and all kind of scraggly looking. And I was like, oh, well, who knows? Who knows what this could be? So I was just like, all right, I'm sure there's a reason. So I'm gonna go in. It sounded like an old Japanese man who was voicing the part.
Mhm.
But I hopped into the studio and I was like, "Man, this is gonna be a fun session." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Well, I'm playing this older dude." And they were like, "No, no, you're not." And so then they like scrolled to the scene and they were like, "Oh, wait, wait." um, and so they were like, "I think we messed up. The last name, it sounded feminine. I thought it was a lady." And so they were like, "You know what? Hop in there. Just go ahead in there." And so I was like, "Really?" And then, um, as the
Yeah, it's definitely internet
and then they
connection. I
pitched my
guess.
no.
Yeah, it's like going going in and out.
Ah, would it help? Ah. Yeah, I think it's my connection to my computer. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
When
no,
did
it's
you
not.
last leave off?
Basically, like you were talking about, like you going inside the booth. They told you like go in, go right ahead.
Yeah, I was tasked with fighting with another man over a campfire, and then my voice was pitched down, and it was just so silly. And we were making jokes about it while it was happening, and they were like, "Yeah, unfortunately, we'll need to, like have somebody else probably play the role, but we didn't want to waste your time." And it was fun playing around. I was like, that was honestly a masterclass. I've learned so much, and it was a fun scene. I never done something like that before.
Mhm.
I guess. I don't know. If you're thinking about specific bloopers, I've definitely had some where I'll hop on a line and start making funny sounds because I'm like, "Oh, I've already messed it up." And so I might be saying a line and then I'll immediately go blah 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 or like just something funny with my mouth to just like, "Oh, can we start over, please?" But other than that, I don't know if there's been any specific knock on wood. I'm hoping that I sometimes have trouble with names and places, and I tend to be given roles that have a lot of exposition. So it can be a little nerve-wracking, but thankfully I haven't had too many mess ups.
So I was gonna say, you know how the Mario movie just came out, right? The second one.
Mhm.
So if you had the opportunity to be a character on Mario, like a voice for a character, who would it be and why?
Ah, I think I'd love to be Rosalina, but I also love Daisy too.
Hey,
Oh gosh.
imagine if they actually cast you and be like, "Hey, we want to get you to be Daisy on the new Mario movie."
Oh, that would be so
That would be insane. I'll be like, "Wow, we interviewed somebody
cool.
that made it to the big
I
time."
like her because she's a lot more tomboyish.
Hmm. Oh yeah,
I wish.
she's very aggressive from what I saw, like in the personality for Daisy. She's like the tough chick.
Mhm. I feel
Yeah,
like those roles are just so fun.
yeah. It was a good movie. I mean, I watched it twice. It was great. It was great. But what is a
Haven't
Don't
seen it yet.
spoil it.
hey? Yeah, But my favorite character between all three of us here has to be the Luma, the little blue star.
Oh, yeah, I love the stars. They're so cute. Just generally, but I haven't seen the movie. I'm
Did you
sure
watch
it's
the
so
first one?
cute. Yes, I did.
Okay, you remember that
Yeah, literally
the little
from
It's
the
so
blue,
first one.
good.
yeah, the little blue star that was in prison talking about mesoreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes. Yes, you're right. I
so
love that
I don't
guy.
know I don't know if you knew this, but did you know it was voiced by the director's 5-year-old daughter?
No way.
Yep, 5-year-old daughter did that voice. It was ever.
Sometimes you can't get more genuine than having a a kid behind the mic.
It's just hilarious. But I mean, on this one, she's a little older, so they made her have a small cameo on this one. And from the trailer, it looks like she's gonna be a prison guard. So I was like, oh boy. So
Oh,
it
that's
went
so
for
cool.
a prisoner to for a prison guard. I was like, wow, that's kind of funny. But
She's
what?
climbing the ranks.
Absolutely. So what advice do you think you can give to fellow voice people that want to go into the voice acting industry? Like what do you think is the first thing they should do besides going to, of course,
Ooh.
taking theater classes and stuff like that? But I mean, for voice acting specifically, like, do you really need to do theater, or is that just
Hmm.
like a requirement
I
for?
definitely think it's super helpful. It's so interesting because everybody kind of has different paths to the same destination. I know that's like cliche to say, but um I've seen some folks where it's really beneficial to have had that theater background. And then there's other folks who are like, yeah, I just kind of hopped into it all of a sudden and they do wonderfully as well. I think the common denominator is that everybody's very passionate about it and has that willingness to grow and improve. And yeah, I want to say that's obviously the best basis, which is great for I feel like people who want to start going into voice acting because hopefully they're wanting to do it because they're passionate about it. Um, but yeah, like in taking as much media as, or I guess consuming as much media as you can, like I feel like anytime I'm watching any sort of movie or even like when commercials are going on or a radio spot's playing, I'll at first I might like get annoyed and then I'm like, let's see kind of what they're doing here because I might be able to utilize this in some way for myself. Um, but yeah, being able to like be a part of the community, another thing that I think is super fun that I had I guess a good time with whenever I was getting started was I had no idea what kind of voices I could do. I really only knew I had like impressions or the voice that I had. And so I feel like I had the most fun working on like parody projects or indie projects or even just listening to characters in shows that I was watching and trying to like imitate them. It was how I found out I didn't even know I could do like a young boy voice at all. I thought that was something that was just kind of like out of reach for me and my voice was too low. But I had somebody asking me to do a Tails parody for something and they were like, "Can you do a Tails voice?" Um and I was like, "I don't know. I'm gonna try." But after just kind of like listening a bunch to the voice actresses who did Tails' voice, I was just kind of like playing around with it. And after a while, I kind of figured it out. And so I was like, no way. Oh my gosh, this I can like open up a whole new avenue of things I can do with young boy voices. And sure enough, that was like the first thing I got pulled into for Crunchyroll. And several of the first things I was doing was all just like little kids running around doing random stuff. So I was like, whoa, that ended up being so helpful. So I guess playing around with things, trying to like expand your range, but knowing also that you're enough, I think. Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So I think we have a question for a viewer if you're down to listen to a question.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right. Nightmare, you want to read it?
Yes, from Rival Lobster. Do you ever get nervous when you get on set?
Oh, absolutely. I'm guessing is this set for Crunchyroll, like voice recording, or I'm guessing, do they mean like on film, perhaps? Either way,
Um,
yeah, probably.
either way.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yes for both. It's hilarious because I do act, but I have stage fright for sure. And I also like, I get nervous with public speaking or popcorn reading in class. Like growing up, I got nervous reading in front of everyone. And I think whenever it was me having to be myself, it made me feel a lot more vulnerable than if I was playing a character. It felt somehow like if I was playing a character, I was like putting on a mask and I could pretend it wasn't me. And I kind of had to learn how to adjust my nerves to both those things. It is, I think, like, I can't remember, some study I think I read was talking about how the adrenaline level for a lot of actors when they're going on stage or they're going on film or starting to record their lines is equivalent to that of like jumping out of a helicopter when you're skydiving. And I don't know for sure if that's correct. We may have to like look up the deets if that's true. But I was like, oh yeah, I mean it certainly feels that way. But it is maybe also the adrenaline rush of like once you're doing it, it feels really fulfilling and it feels exciting too. And I think being able to hold on to the excitement part and not so much the nerves part and just knowing that it's kind of like a what is it? A side effect, I guess, helps. But I definitely, oh my gosh, especially with Crunchyroll, I was so eager to please and to prove, and it was something that I had been looking forward to a long time. And I really think I still feel that way. I'm still like, oh gosh, I hope I can do my best. And I kind of hope I never lose that because it means I care. And I hope, for anybody listening, if that's how you feel, it means that you care. And I think that's something that kind of helps me. But also just kind of the more you do it, you get kind of used to it after a while. So it's more of like learning how to cope with the nerves than the fact that they completely go away.
Absolutely. That was a really good question too. I like that.
Yeah.
So let's see. What can I ask you that you're gonna actually find silly and everything? What's since you've probably been to a couple of states already, but what is the most delicious plate you had, like like food anywhere you've been to? Like it doesn't have to be just the US. Like it could be any other country.
Oh my gosh. Ah.
Sorry, I'm a big foodie, so
Oh no, me too. That's why I'm like, you can't see my face, but I'm like reminiscing. I'm like looking out into the sky. I love food too. Oh my gosh, there's so many good things in the world. I think I'm very lucky to have been able to go to Japan this past October. So, I mean, oh, everything I was eating there was so good. Um, Remarkably enough, it was so simple, but like the bread, eating the bread there in Japan was just so good. Everything was prepared very well. So there was like a donut and a coffee that I had at this one coffee shop, which now the name's escaping me, but it was like on my way somewhere else, and it just was like, oh, it was so wonderful. It was like a warm hug. um, but I want to say yeah, I wish I could like list a specific meal, but definitely multiple meals I had in Japan were pretty top notch.
yeah. I mean, one thing I heard from Japan, like the food, the whole ethnicity, like everything in general in Japan is just simply great. And I
Mhm.
would love to go see the cherry blossom trees.
Me
That's
too.
that's actually like
I have
something.
one in my backyard.
No way.
Yeah, but you're
One
not
in
in
my
Japan, sir.
backyard. I wake up every morning and can see it. I love it.
I'm so
Mm-mm-mm.
jealous.
Me and you both. I never told me this, so I was like, wow, okay. But
I thought I showed you a picture of it.
mm-mm. But what you said earlier about like being consistent, reaching out and everything, that's the same thing we do here. Like we basically,
Mm.
we started with no cameras, nothing, just headset, and then that's it. No just still images. And then
Mhm.
as the years went by, we started getting more comfortable because at first I was a super shy person. I did not want to talk to nobody,
Yeah.
and eventually started growing on me. And now we've been running this for 6 years now. That
Wow,
it's been
congrats. That's awesome.
so now, like I feel comfortable talking to people. I don't feel as nervous. Like even when people tell me like, wait, you're interviewing this guy and you don't feel nervous, like, no, it's just a person. I mean,
Yeah.
if you show that they're just a person and you don't get like, oh my gosh, it's this person, then you're not gonna basically like, make a fool of yourself, if that makes any sense.
It is
Yeah.
kind of that way when having met people that I never thought that I would meet, whether it's like voice actors or whatever, somebody that I look up to. It's that exact same thing where once you see that person, like that this is gonna sound so funny. When you see that person in person, you're like, oh, they're a person.
Mhm.
If I was like, how there's definitely a better way to put that, but I mean, I'm just kind of piggybacking off of what you said. But yeah, you realize like, oh, they're another human being like me. Like, we still gotta pay our taxes and like eat breakfast in the morning or not, and and I think that in some way, yeah, it makes it even cooler, I guess, that it's wow, this is another human being who got to do all this cool stuff, and I'm finally meeting them, or whatever. I don't know, I love that stuff.
Now we do have another question here as well.
Yes. Dynasty King asks, what your favorite voice actor or voice actress that you have worked with?
Oh,
It's probably a
oh my
ton of them.
gosh. Yeah, there's so many cool ones. Oh, okay. You may have to give it. I'm thinking. um. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Now, if you say somebody that I really know, I'm really gonna be like, whoa, wow,
Oh
that's
my
awesome.
gosh. Well, one, it kind of connects maybe back to the Star Wars thing, actually. Um, one of the folks that I worked with for a brief period of time was Crystal Lee, and she's like really popping off in the LA like video game and movie, I guess, scene. And so I guess maybe I would say something different if it was like working under somebody. I could give an example for that. But at least working alongside somebody, Crystal was super cool and down to earth, and it was so wild getting to see how much stuff she's gotten to do since then, and how she's, like going to convention. She voices she's Phoenix in Marvel Rivals. Um and some other stuff. So she's just I was just like, "Whoa!" It was like back to back doing all this fun, cool stuff, and I don't know, it's one of those things where like the more you get to know people kind of in the industry, the more it's so cool to see people winning and like cheering them on. But I guess I don't know. I think it was very trippy for me and very exciting, and it's still kind of surreal getting to work under Caitlin Glass, I guess, and Jerry Jewell, just because of having grown up like listening to their voices and then being like, I'm in the room with this person. What the heck? I still it's so funny is like, yes, I'm a professional and I will be chill around you, but in my mind, I think I'll always be freaking out because I just think they're so cool.
That's awesome. Great question too, Dynasty. Appreciate it.
hmm
So, you mentioned you guys were talking Marvel Rivals, and there is one voice actress there that I do know as well. I mean, not
Ooh,
no, but not in person, but I mean, I know her from other things. Milana Bantrup, she voiced a Squirrel Girl.
ooh, yes! Oh my gosh, I love her voice lines.
Yes.
She's hilarious.
So I don't know if you knew, but she used to be the AT&T commercial girl.
Yes, yes, that's her. That's why I was like, that name sounds familiar. I
Yeah.
know I've looked her up before. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so cool that
Like when
she's
I,
doing
when
that.
yeah, I was like, whoa, that's really awesome. Like, she's doing a lot for the community, which is phenomenal to see.
Yay! That's good
And
to hear.
yeah, absolutely. But have you been in any other games besides Marvel Rivals and everything?
Ooh, that's something I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that I can spend more time on that. I've not really been involved in the video game realm in terms of voice acting, I guess. I've done some sort of like I guess you'd call it like visual novels. I guess I've done like a couple of those sort of early on. Choose your own adventure type stuff, but it's always been, just very low key. it's another dream. If I were to like think about another dream of mine would be doing motion capture work, because I think having that theater background and having spent a lot of time with like stage combat and things like that, that just sounds so supremely cool because you're doing the voice acting and then you're getting to like act out the scenes. I think of the a lot of work in Resident Evil, but I especially what got me super invested in just how quality mocap could be was the work in God of War. It's just the amount of, because I mean they're basically full movies, the amount of like scene work that they've done and those actors playing those roles is just so impressive. And oh, that would be a dream thing to do. But as of yet, no, I don't have any video games to speak of in a more professional light. But hopefully in the future, that would be super cool.
That would be awesome. I mean, from what I saw, like behind the scenes from so many games that use mocap, like capturing, it's great how they basically wear those. Sometimes I see blue suits with like little
Mm-hmm.
light bulbs or something. I'm like, dude, what? Like that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing to see. And
Watching the scenes in Avatar too, it's just like, man, that work is very grueling and so physical, obviously, but it's just, yeah, it takes a lot out of you. So I think it's just very cool and inspiring.
what surprises me is that some of the actors out there actually perform their own stunts. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, that's incredible. Like, that's props
yeah.
to them.
Like, how do they find you? Like, how do you audition for that? What?
Like I saw recently, I mean, I didn't know about this, but when the movie Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf came out,
Mm,
apparently he did his own stunts. Like he basically like,
really?
I was like, what? Him do his own stunts? Like that's crazy. But
That's
uh,
awesome.
but I know some people like do their own things, which is always great to see. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, hey, if you're older, like if you're in your 50s or something, you shouldn't be doing that. You should actually get like a double to help you out because you don't want to break anything and then like not be able to do anything.
Yeah, some folks are way more wary about, I guess, like the liabilities of everything and their longevity, and other folks want to be more hands-on. I know, like, Keanu Reeves is obviously a great example of that because he, regardless, I think he's always very invested. I mean, Tom Cruise too, but yeah, like being so involved in their own scenes and doing stuff or working around the combat to figure out what they can do. And yeah, oh my gosh, it's very
That's someone
inspirational.
that we do want to get here eventually to interview. We would love to
Oh
get
my
Keanu here.
gosh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, because I love him on the Matrix, of course, but I loved him more
Yeah,
when he was on John Wick, like the
John
John
Wick,
Wick.
yeah. Oh.
But he's all around good guy too. From what I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
like I mean, he doesn't like the whole media. He doesn't like the whole. He just wants to be himself. Like he's like, dude, I'm just casually walking here.
Yeah, he seems like a
So,
really genuinely nice person.
mhm. All right. So now that we're on the topic of celebrities, I believe Nightmare has a question here.
Ooh.
I do. What would be one celebrity you would love to work with if you had the choice?
Oh. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. I think, oh gosh, there's several I can think of. I'm trying to like narrow it down. Mm, I guess you know what? I'm gonna stick to my guns. It's one that I've thought of for a very long time because he was like my first actor crush. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, and I was so obsessed with him in high school and all the stuff that he was doing with like Sherlock Holmes and The Hobbit and all the movies he was in. Um, and I had a friend who ended up going to Lambda for school in the UK, and he ended up becoming the dean of that college during that time. And so he would visit the school. He was, like working his principal duties basically. And my friend got to he was a member of like the student council, so they like sat down with him and they talked with him, and he just spoke about like what a cool laid back guy he was. And I don't know. As somebody else who's like from a theater background who also does film work and voiceover work and motion capture work, I'm just like, oh, I've been inspired by him for a long time. So there's so many people that I would love to work with. But I think just because it's been, I guess you could say like a childhood dream, he's probably who I'd go with.
You said Benedict, right?
Yes,
Okay,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
so you're talking about Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, yeah.
I loved him on the last Spider-Man movie that came out.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, like the
He's so
fact
great for that role.
him and Tom Holland and Zendaya, all of them did
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal, and they're young. Like Zendaya and Tom Holland are both young people,
I know.
and
Oh my gosh.
speaking of them, there's a new movie that came out with Zendaya. I don't know if you saw.
I
Uh,
know the drama. I actually, it's so funny. I was debating on whether I went to see a movie with a friend last night. We were debating on whether we watched that or Project Hail Mary, and we
I
ended up
recommend
seeing
you watch the
Project Hail
drama.
Mary instead.
That one
But
is a
I
good
want
one.
to, yeah. I'm planning on going back for the drama, so no worries.
Yeah, so
It's
you
not
can see
over.
what's his name, Edward Cullen.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson is such a good actor too. I mean, they're both in Dune that's also coming up as well. They're in so
Mm-mm.
much stuff, all of them together.
Absolutely. All right. So now we're getting to the fun part of the podcast. This is where we ask you random questions that don't have to do anything with the work you've done, nothing to like, yeah, it's like out of the blue questions that you're like, wait, what? What is that?
Trivia! Lore
Exactly.
drop!
Oh.
Yeah!
So I'll let my co-host here go ahead and start with questions, and then we're gonna switch back and forward, and then we'll ask you one final question that if you agree with what I say, then my co-host here has to eat a Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper almond.
Yeah. So
Oh
Um,
my god. Does this happen every episode?
it happens
yes.
every episode, yes. Because
Holy moly.
yeah, so
Um, so the first question I have: do you eat chicken wings?
Ooh, yes. I love chicken
What
wings.
what is your spiciest chicken wing you could eat?
Ooh, let's see. If you don't mind, I'm actually gonna look up Wingstop's options. Cause I like spicy stuff. I think I've had like a ghost pepper wing before. Maybe that. Like
ghost
ghost
Okay.
pepper.
pepper or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Woof.
then, so power of invisibility or ability to breathe underwater.
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot. Those are so good. I think I'm gonna go with breathe underwater because I've grown up being a huge fan of deep sea and deep outer space. And so if I didn't go into voice acting, those were things that also interested me, being like an astronaut or a marine biologist. So if I had the ability to breathe underwater, that would definitely make that pursuit a lot easier. Or I could do it in my free time.
Yeah, and the fact that there's no limit as well, so you could just go
Hmm.
explore the Titanic and
Oh
everything
my
as
gosh.
well.
It'd be like
That'd
Mermaidia, the Barbie movie.
be. What you got, Nightman?
Okay, power of flight or power of teleportation?
Ooh, teleport to because then you're cutting out the middleman, and it's like, oh, but what if you want to like fly over the ocean? It's so pretty. Um, maybe teleportation just for the convenience of it all.
I mean, you could get to work in an instant.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to worry about a car. You don't
And
have to worry about gas.
as
If,
somebody who's like chronically running late to everything, it would probably be best if I chose
because
that
if you think
route.
about it, I was actually
I'd detour
thinking
if I flew.
when he asked this question, I was always thinking if you had the power to fly, you had to worry about planes, you had to worry about helicopters, things
True.
like that.
True.
So,
And if you fall asleep while I don't know. It'd be the same as driving a car. You're just you're just flying yourself this time.
well, if you teleport, you just teleport like wherever you want to go. So there's not that.
Exactly. As
Mhm.
long as it, feel like if it was my hero, there would be those like realistic scientific boundaries where you'd have to like know the exact like dimensions of the room you're going into and the exact layout. Otherwise, you're gonna like apparate into a table or something like that. Make it harder.
Now, this is actually my hero related question.
Oh.
Yeah. So, if you could choose any quirk of the anime, what would it be?
I think somebody else asked me this, and I'm like, I'm blanking on what I wanted. Oh, there's so many good ones there too.
And you can't pick Midoriya because he has everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's a glorified Spider-Man, which is the best superhero. Um, oh no! So I'm trying to be quick. I'm trying to be quick with it. I think. Hmm. Oh, what is? Remind me, what is Overhaul's power? I'm suddenly blanking. I thought his power was really cool, but I'm blanking.
Overhaul?
Yeah.
Mm, that's a good question because it's been a while since I watched the anime as
Yeah,
well.
I loved his character design, and I wish that he was there longer in the show than he is, but he has such a cool fight. Um, disassemble and reassemble matter he touches, allowing him to destroy and reform objects or people.
Dang.
Ooh, it's really powerful. I don't know if that would be mine of choice, but man, that would be a sick power to have. That
Mm.
or something maybe kind of related would be Momo's power,
Oh,
where she
Momo's is
can like
awesome.
create things. Um, yeah, I think those are kind of the first ones that I immediately think of, so maybe I should go with those.
It's like, hey, let me create an engine to help you fix your car, and then just
Yeah.
instantly create something.
In this consumerist world we live in now, it'd be pretty sick if you could make your own stuff.
Absolutely, 100%. What you got, Nightmare?
Okay, so do you prefer eating well, how did I have that worded? Eating like cake or ice cream for dessert?
Oh, gotta go with ice cream.
Yes, ice cream is the way. Now, what kind of ice cream though? That's the big question.
Oh man, see, there's so many great flavors, and yet I find myself always just defaulting to chocolate because I just love chocolate so much.
Did you
And
say
so,
chocolate?
yeah, chocolate. I get so picky about like what my favorite chocolate ice cream stores are. Who does chocolate ice cream the best? Yeah, I
See,
love chocolate.
you almost have the same one as me. I love Oreo cookies and cream.
Oh, that one's really good too. I
See,
like
I
that
do
as like a
Rocky Road.
shake. Ooh, Rocky Road's good too. See, they all have like chocolate derivatives, so it's like they still count.
Mm-mm. All right. So if you had to choose between living on a city or in the forest, where would you be?
Ooh. I think I would. Mm, yeah, I'd probably pick. Maybe it's the romantic in me talking about living in the forest, because maybe if I was actually doing that, I would miss some of the conveniences of living in the city. But
You have to grow your own things if you're in the forest.
I guess in my mind, I'd be like, well, I'll always make a point to. Yeah, I'd make a point to like find where the nearest city is so I can go and visit. But yeah, maybe the forest. I don't know. I really like nature.
It's really peaceful. It really is.
Yeah.
All right. What you got, Nightmare?
Okay, so I'm trying to think of how I worded this because I had a few new ones for this one. What would you say your favorite game franchise is?
Ooh. See, I would actually have a long time to think about that. Except I was talking with a friend of mine today about it, so I feel pretty certain I can say Resident Evil.
Yes. Especially
I can't get tired of it.
especially Wesker. Don't get me started with Wesker. Wesker's phenomenal. It's a villain.
Oh yeah. I'm a big Leon Kennedy fan.
Oh my gosh. Dude, so if our friend here, Retro Lionheart, was on this podcast listening right now, he would jump of joy because you said Leon
He'll,
Kennedy.
he'll hear it later. He'll hear it later.
Oh
Mm.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, he's best boy. He's definitely
See,
he's Angel Boy.
for me, I always loved Claire Redfield. I like her
Oh
determination.
yeah. Claire's
She's
so cool. That's why RE2 is the best. Haha.
hey, if you ever play the remake of that, good luck. That thing is terrifying. I had nightmares with that.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I've
How did you guys get
never
nightmares from those games?
Mm-mm.
There's
I just cannot do scary games. I really can't. If I do, I start
Really?
squeaking.
My goal now is to actually play it myself. Yeah, I've only watched other people play it, like my brother or like a partner or a let's player, and so I've never played it myself, and that's a new goal is to get around to playing the franchise maybe not by myself. I don't know if I could do it all alone, but
You could even do a let's play and then basically just record
at
yourself
least
actually
playing
doing.
as the character myself.
Oh my gosh, that'd be.
Yeah, I just get so nervous. I get scared.
Mm-mm. All right, so if you got to travel to anywhere in the world, besides, I mean, you already said Japan, but I mean, besides Japan,
Oh yeah.
so what other countries, like, would you like to visit if you ever could, like that you haven't visited yet?
um, this is another one that's hard because I like so many things. One I've
That you never visited.
always
It does.
been,
It doesn't have to be one that you
yeah,
visited.
yeah. I think. Oh, there's so many good places. I might say it's gonna sound random, like Iceland. I've really,
Oh,
really
I
wanted to visit Iceland for a long time.
not that
Um,
many people there, but it's really quiet.
yeah, and that's one of the things that I think is so interesting about it. It's so funny, like asking me these questions. I'm very extroverted. I love chatting with people and hanging out. But it's also like some of the things that I dream about doing are like things that include me being alone in the forest or at the black sand beach or by the waterfalls and experiencing nature. And so I think Iceland's probably one of the there's so many great places to go to do that, but Iceland has some highlighted places for me, I think, to visit.
I would
So
love to go to
yeah.
Greece.
Oh,
Yeah,
Greece, yeah. Oh,
Greece,
Greece would be beautiful.
absolutely. All right, Nightmare. We got our last two questions. So you got yours, and then I
Yes.
got my final one.
Okay.
Yes. Um. So we're going to stick with the forest thing for a minute. You're in a forest. There's a fork in the road. Both paths lead you the same direction. One path has one goose-sized bear. The other path has 100 bear-sized geese.
Oh my gosh. Oh, definitely the goose-sized bear, because geese would, if they were huge, they'd just probably step on me. They'd chase me and then um scream in my face and chase me off. I love geese, but if they were bear-sized and there was 100 of them, I don't think I could take them. But
And yes, I
yeah,
changed it up for this one.
Yeah,
really.
100%. Yeah,
I was gonna ask if these are
but
I saw the look on your
questions
face
you
the
ask
way
of
I
people.
worded it, and I'm like, no, I changed it up.
Yeah, it feels like there's no winning with 100 bear-sized geese because they're
uh-uh.
already a little mean.
Mm-mm. I mean, for me, geese are evil. I basically find them
Yeah.
really weird. Mm-mm. All right.
It's their only defense mechanism.
Yeah. Now, did you know that we actually had a guest here a while back that told us that if you point a laser pointer at the goose feet, it intimidates them and they walk the other way.
A green laser pointer. A green
Yeah,
laser
it has to
pointer.
be a green one.
Wow.
If you do that, they
So
basically,
specific.
yeah. So a person told us that, and we're like, wow, we didn't know that. Like, yeah, you point it at their feet, they get intimidated, and they walk the other way. So we told our viewers here that we're actually gonna try that one day and see if it actually works. If it doesn't, then hopefully the goose doesn't kill us. All right. So final question here, Madeline.
Mhm.
This is the question that my co-host has to get a Carolina Reaper almond because if you agree with me,
Oh.
he has to eat one. But I think if you agree with me, he should eat two.
I'll
Oh.
do two. I'll do two.
Oh shoot! I'll
Shiggers.
stick true to my word. I will be truthful and honest
And
in my
only
answer.
how many people agree with me, Nightmare? One or two? I think I'm trying to remember. One or two so far in all
Three
the
if we
six.
count. Three if we count one of the people in chat.
Okay, so three people out of the whole 6 years that we've been doing this have agreed with me out of everybody. So it's a really, really slow, slim chance that you might agree with me. All right. Do you eat
What if
cereal? Do you eat cereal in the morning?
I? Is it a question of like, do you eat cereal in the morning?
No, no. Like I'm asking. Do you eat cereal in the morning? Yes or no? Oh, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Hello.
I think we had some more technical difficulties.
Yep, we had to wait a little bit for it to come back.
Oh,
Oh, there you are. I see you come back for a little bit.
no. I'm so
Okay.
sorry, guys. My Wi-Fi decided to just like randomly drop out.
Oh my lord. Okay. So you eat cereal in the morning? Nope. So I guess it's going up and down, up and down, up and down.
It's just not letting you ask the question.
Exactly. All right. All right. Are you okay now? Are you good?
Yes. Is the question, do I only eat cereal in the morning?
No,
Or
no,
is
no.
it like,
No, it's just asking before I ask the question. Do you eat cereal?
I do.
Okay. Do you pour the milk first and then the cereal, or the cereal first and then the milk?
Ah. Oh, the cereal and then the milk.
Cereal
Yes!
then milk. Okay, so you saved Nightmare here because I do the opposite.
Dang.
I put the milk first and then the cereal.
But then you get all that splashback.
I've been called so many names on this podcast, and you're the first one that like they called me psychopath, they called me crazy, they called me a monster.
I feel like there's definitely some worse things out there that you could do to warrant those names, but yeah.
But as soon as somebody actually agreed with me, it was so satisfying to see my co-host here eat 2 Carolina Reapers. It was great.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, I was like,
gosh.
finally somebody agreed with me. But say it again. I'm sorry.
Bet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the fun bet to be like, well, if they agree with me, you get to eat this the spicy food.
But I'm gonna start doing something that if they agree with him, I'll do something. And if they agree with me, then he'll still do his Carolina Reapers. But I mean, I have to figure out something that won't actually make me like I eat spicy food, but I don't eat Carolina Reapers. I cannot do that. I would actually
I've done the last stab challenge.
Last
From,
what challenge?
It's have you ever seen Hot Ones?
Yes.
I've done the entire run. From I think it was season 26.
Oh my god. Yeah, so isn't the last stab
The last stab
you dab into everything? How does it work again?
The last stab, you put a little bit extra on the wing. But the one I have is it's Pepper X.
Oh.
This guy right here is such a wild man, I'm telling you. I don't even know how he's made my co-host for so long.
I don't know how I've survived this long with some of the stuff I do.
Oh my gosh. I know, it's like your stomach feels like it's like eroding away. I don't know how you don't feel like your stomach's not gone.
But anyways, last but not least, is there anybody you want to tell hi to or you want to give a shout out to out there that they're listening in?
Aw. Well, hopefully my friends and family. Yay! Love those guys. If I could shout out my cat and he'd be listening and understanding, then that would be super sick. So shout out Ollie, my cat. He's a cutie. Aw, shout out to you guys because this was so much fun, and I was like super appreciative to hear that you guys wanted to have me on and chat because I feel like I could talk to you guys forever. It's so natural and so fun.
Hey, I mean, I already told you where I'm at, so if you ever want to go have sushi, hey, I'm down to have sushi. I don't mind sushi.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When not to have sushi?
Hey,
that's the question.
Sushi is the way to go.
Yeah.
It works for a bit. So we're good. But thank you so much for everything. It's been great. I really hope, like, you know,
Thank you too.
that next time we talk to you, your internet starts to be more balanced and everything.
I'll be hardwired into the system.
Yeah, most definitely. Because I definitely want to do a part 2 with you, so that way we can dive more into like all the work that you've done and everything as well. Because it'll be great.
That's so sweet of you. I would love that. Yeah.
But definitely keep us up with the whole charity thing to help, like, you know, that director and everything, because we will love to help contribute to that. That'll be amazing.
Oh, that's so sweet of you guys. Yeah, I need to ask her for an update on how things are looking because I too would love to make that happen.
Yeah, just let her know, like, you know, that you know, a podcast that would love to promote that and help out and everything, because we'll be down.
So nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she needs to she built a community. She needs to know that there's like a community that would like help support her as well.
Yes. Absolutely. But thank you again for your time. We hope to see you again soon. It would be great. And
Yeah.
definitely keep us updated with what work you have so that way we can always let people know that you have new stuff coming. So that
Thank
way
you so much.
we'll help you
Yeah, I
out.
hope to stay busy.
Oh, trust me, we're gonna stay busy because we have a big line. We're basically booked for the rest of the year.
That's so awesome. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, look at you guys go. Bucket
So,
list.
but I hope you have a good night. Get some rest,
Thank you.
and definitely, like we'll keep touching bases so I can let you know when we post it on all the other platforms.
Perfect. Thank you guys both so much. I had a blast.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
Bye, you too.
Today's episode was broadcast live on Twitch and YouTube. If you couldn't make it to the live segment, feel free to watch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeart Radio. Links on the description below. See you next time.
Hope you guys enjoy the show. See you next time.